to talk to you today about how to do corrections for our English class. Okay, so what you need to know first is that there are two types of corrections. Corrections for multiple choice responses and corrections for anything written. Essay questions on tests, short answers on quizzes, or even portfolio assignments. The basic rule in my class is you can correct anything at any time before the semester ends. I would caution you though, quick checks don't end up being worth much in your grade. So while you are allowed to correct them, it may not be the best use of your time. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's start with multiple choice. Note this. Multiple choice can be corrected, but only for half credit. And the reasoning is that it shows you the correct answers whenever you submit your test or quiz or whatever with the multiple choice. And so because of that, doing corrections only gets you half credit back. All right, so keep that in mind. If you choose to do corrections on multiple choice, here's the procedure. Number one, webmail me the following. What is the right answer? Why did you miss it? And then how do you know the right answer is right? Whenever you send that webmail to me, make sure that in the subject line, you include the name of the unit, the lesson, and the assignment. All right, so here's an example. If my question was, to whom is London Bridge addressed? And I mistakenly chose answer A instead of answer C, which was correct, then I might send this webmail. My subject line would read, corrections for Unit 3, Lesson 5 test. And then in the webmail, I would include number one, here are my corrections. And then I would see 1, 2, 3 under that. The right answer is C, so I've included the right answer. Number two, I've included why I missed it. I missed it because I felt like he was telling his brother to take the key. And then number three, I know unnamed woman, C, is right because each verse ends with my fair lady. All right, a silly question, but you get the idea. Make sure these are specific. Don't say things like, I just missed it because I didn't read the story, or I went too fast, or something like that. Like, I missed it because it was wrong. Make sure you give me some kind of valid reason. And the same thing on number three. Make sure that you really explain and give proof for why the right answer is right. If you remember, I said that Connexus lets you see the right and wrong answers. So in order to see what you missed and what the correct answer is for that question, all you have to do is click on your grade for that assignment in the grade book, and it will pop up, let you see what you got right, what you got wrong, and it will let you see my comments on any written responses included in there, which will be helpful in the second thing. All right, so the second part of this is how to correct anything that is written. So a note on these are always worth more than anything else. So if you take a test, you might have 20 multiple choice questions, but then the writing and the short answer and the essay questions would probably be worth 75% of that test. So these are the things you really want to focus on fixing. There are a couple of sticky rules about this though. So for the most part, if you correct something written, you will receive full credit back. There are two reasons why that wouldn't happen though. Number one, if you just clicked through and didn't put any response on your short answer or essay question, then whenever you go back to correct that, because you will, because you can't pass a test without those, then you will only receive 70%. Why? Because you didn't actually attempt it the first time. In that same vein, if you give me only a perfunctory response, and that's a response that is like, I'm not really trying. Let me just give you a little bit of gibberish and move on. And then that also only gets 70% credit whenever you correct it. And then if you plagiarize your first response, you go to the internet, you copy and paste your answer in, and I give you a response that says, sorry, this appears to be copied from this website, please revise for credit, then that also will only earn you 70% credit back, okay? Barring those circumstances, if you give it a sincere attempt, and it just didn't quite make the mark, then you can correct it for full credit, no problem. All right, so what do? Simple. You just webmail me your corrected response after you've read my comments, because my comments will tell you what you need to fix. And to get to those comments, you just click on the grade in the gradebook, scroll down to the question, and you'll see my comments under your responses. Okay, also when you webmail me, same thing here. Make sure you include the unit, the lesson, and the assignment. All right, so here's an example. If my question was, how does London Bridge connect in theme to other works studied in this unit? Here's an example of a perfunctory response. What if you said, it connects very well. Many works are quite similar. They mostly talk about the same things. See how it seems like I'm addressing the question, but I've not said anything specific. There's no indication that I've read anything. So you might see my comments at the bottom there that said this, if you submitted that to a test. Answer is perfunctory in that it is general and doesn't address the specifics of theme, London Bridge, or any other text from the unit. You may revise and resubmit via webmail for 70% credit. Please make sure to include textual support. So those were my comments. You found those in the gradebook by clicking the grade for the assignment, scroll down to that question, and then you said, okay, well, I'm going to fix this, and you webmailed it to me. So here in the blue box, you see the corrections for that. You've got your subject line that tells me the unit, the lesson, and the assignment, and then you've rewritten your answer. London Bridge explores themes of captivity and oppression as evidenced in the call to, quote, take the key and lock her up. We can also see this theme in Little Miss Muffet, who was forced to sit on her tuffet, and again in Itsy Bitsy Spider, who keeps getting deterred by the rain that washes the spider out. All right, so I've got my textual support and I'm specific. That's a great answer, going to earn that 70% back.